We did. But if we went on another verse, we'd be over.
Testing. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. St. Charles.
Good morning, Mr. Snow. Let's start by silencing our phones.
Edward, did you mean for yours to go off during the meditation? Was that part of it? Oh, your glucose sensor. Oh, sensor. Okay. Well, then please silence your phones and your glucose sensors. Okay. Scott, you're all wondering, where's Scott? Who's this guy? Scott is celebrating his birthday at home with his wife, Mary Ann, and my name is Kerr, and Rick, so I'll be your moderator this morning. And we'd like to start by saying, welcome home. We're glad you're here. Doesn't this feel like home, especially with Thanksgiving coming close? And then we'd like to acknowledge that we're on native lands. The Eureka Center for Spiritual Living acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the ancestral territory of the Wiyot peoples. This territory extends to the communities throughout most of Humboldt County, and we honor the Wiyot peoples today. Ho. Donna will lead us in our song.
Thank you, Rick. If you would please stand and join me in singing our opening song. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Good job. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful friends.
Thank you, Donna. Now we're going to say this together, and then we're going to turn to someone and say, anyone have an idea? You know, we could just say, I honor the path that brought me here. But, it's been about a year since we did that. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. I honor the path that brought you here this morning. Here's our weekly schedule. Take a look up there, see if anything attracts you, and if it does, participate. A lot of stuff up there. I've been going to the Welcome Wellness group for as long, I don't know, not as long as it's been there, but I don't know, 10 years.
11 years, that's how long I've been here.
11 years. And I'm still not well. So, but it's... Well, wellness loves company, so it always helps me to go. Okay. There's a question mark after class. What does that mean?
Because only 2 people have signed up. And it's supposed to start next week. There's one that wants to do it in the daytime and one that wants to do it on Zoom.
Was there a minimum? Oh. Well, that reminds me of the traveling minister that went to a congregation like this, and only one person showed up. And he said, well, do you want me to deliver my sermon? Got it ready. And the farmer said, well, that's why I'm here. And so the minister started off, and he went on for and after 20 minutes, the farmer started fidgeting, because that's as long as the usual minister went on. And then an hour passed, and 2 hours, and 3 hours. And finally, the minister wrapped it up. He said, well, what did you think? And the farmer said, well, if I took a truckload out to feed the cows and only one showed up, I'd feed him, but I wouldn't give him the whole truck full. So there you go. Just do the class, but don't give him the whole truck full. This is the Welcome Wellness group, and that's Angelica. There's always a cat there, but as she has said, usually all you see is a tail going in front of her camera, and then her butt pauses. And, I don't know who the other people are. I don't remember there being a kid there. I don't have a beard, but there's usually... Jeff's new look, but he doesn't come to Welcome Wellness. Yeah, well, Jeff, you're going to have to start coming to Welcome Wellness. Okay? That's Thursday nights at 5 p.m. And Angelica, we all share what we want to heal in our lives, and it could be anything, not just physical. It can be emotional, spiritual, mental. And she wraps up by doing a treatment for each one of us. And it's really wonderful. You leave feeling ready for the next week. The Men's Support Group is meeting this Saturday and on the 18th from 3 to 5 p.m. in person here. So, if you're a man and you want support and want to share, this is the place to be. Aloha! It's Hawaii Sunday, October 5th. That's next Sunday. Wear your most Hawaiian garb. It says fun. Is there any Hawaiian garb that isn't fun? It's going to be a Hawaiian potluck, so there'll probably be a lot of pineapples. And everyone is welcome. Bring your ukulele. Lori is writing a book. Lori, you want to say a few things about it? Says it all right there. She wants to hear your demonstration stories. She'll keep names anonymous. Unless somebody wants their name.
I do want to know the city and province and state, because we do have an international spiritual program.
Oh, nice. Okay. Of course, if you put the city you're from, that just is going to give it away who you are. So, if you put Gotham City, people will know you're Batman. Okay. There's her address. Once she receives your story, she will respond to you with the working title of the book. It's a secret. I think I heard from her that it's called Working Title. The Reverend Karen Blakely will speak on October 12th. We all remember her. She was here for a long time, and now she has her own ministry and is a minister. So that'll be fun to hear her again. See Carol Rollins for more information about the sharing salon that she is going to be hosting the third Sundays of each month at her home, Grayland Heights Road in Rio Dell. Bring something that inspires you. Favorite story, a beautiful picture, an emotional poem, a thoughtful quote, something that moves your heart. That'll be fun. I have to remember to sign up for that.
I got to sign up for
Great. Practitioners are available after the service. Who's here today as a practitioner? Edward? Michelle? Susan? And Angelica? Yes. And you could surprise Scott. He only lives a block away. You could knock on his door and say, "You were my practitioner of preference, and I needed you today. Where are you?" Ooh, birthday cake. Yes, let's all go over afterwards. The Little Pantry is always open to receiving new goods. Individual servings, please. No huge bags of beans. Non-perishable pop-top cans, baby food, milk and juice, canned meats, fish, canned soups, and chili. Those pop-top cans are great. I love those. Although they're hard to open sometimes. I thought you said robins, and I thought our bird lady has found a new thing to eat. New recipe. Robins. Instead of turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Goes well with Robin.
This month's theme is finding sacred rest stops.
I have an announcement,
Angelica has an announcement.
and I'll take it from here.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
So, you know that this wonderful digital projection up here and the zooming and all the things, you know, the filming that you can then look at on YouTube afterwards, etc., has been done by our wonderful, I guess you call it an AV team. Oh, and it actually started because of one person. And because of this one person, we have acquired equipment that we didn't have before, and things just keep getting better and better and better. And this one person, it's their last Sunday today, and because they've, got other things to do, like, the restaurant that the family owns, and which I went to the other day, which is so good, such good food. It's Hunan's. But I want us to acknowledge Marvin this morning. So you have to come up here, Marvin. Marvin. Come here. Okay. You're all wired up there, huh? I want to hug her. So, and because we appreciate you, we're giving you this little gift.
Oh, thank you.
And I just want you to know that you are. What did you say? I just want you to know that we appreciate you. I, in particular, appreciate you tremendously. You've added so much to this service since I've been here.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, Marvin.
And by the way, though Ari has said that he could handle it on his own, I know that it's always better if we have a team. So if anybody's interested in helping him on Sunday mornings and keeping Marvin's tradition of getting it better and better as we go along, then please talk to Ari. Thank you. So, as we said, this month's theme is finding sacred rest stops. This is the last one of this theme. We have a new theme for next month. It's No More Scary Stories. There's a little, not just Halloween in there. But anyway, so we're going to sing a song, and then Susan Hesse is going to come do our moment of peace, and then I'll come up and talk to you.
Thank you. And I also want to mention that for the last 25 years, Marvin has been filming my various bands and musical stuff out in the community. So now when I drag him out for those events, I have to pay him. So I'm good with that. There's always a consequence, you know. I invite you to take a healing breath with me, and we'll sing together, We Are One.
It is clear to me how each day may be full of friends for me to learn from. I am one, I am beautiful. I am one, I am joy. I am one with the universe. I am love. And the world may be a discovery of great majesty to learn from. You are one, you are beautiful. You are one, you are joy. You are one with the universe. You are love. And the universe, such a fantasy, full of mystery to learn from. We are one, we are joy. We are one, we are joy. We are one with the universe. We are love.
Good morning. Angelica's talk, I think, unless she's changed it again, is rest for the spirit. And I'm thinking, well, considering spirit is all there is, I'm not sure I really want it to rest. So I had to take it a little bit deeper. You know, what does spirit mean to me personally, my spirit? And how do I have it rest? And the obvious things came out, you know, meditation, contemplation, and I know we've all done those walks in nature, time with family and friends. And I kept taking it a little bit deeper, and it was faith. When we have complete faith, we can let our spirit rest in that faith. But we need trust. We need trust in that faith also. So my quote today is from Ernest Holmes. It's from the Science of Mind textbook, and it's about being as a little child, which is appropriate because I spent afternoon yesterday with the grandkids. And it's amazing they get the joy out of the simplest things. They're just great teachers. Before that, though, I have a little quote that I found on the internet. One of my sites just dumps things from every place, and this was from scoop up worthy. And it was a 32-year-old man who was having a birthday. And so he asked everybody on whatever site he was using, but the 92-year-old men, what would you tell your 32-year-old self? And he got, I don't know how many, answers he got, but this one just jumped out at me. So I'm going to share that one. Then I'll read Ernest Holmes. For those that are new, there'll then be a minute of silence, and Jackson will sing us into the opening invocation. So if you just kind of relax from the internet. Always remind yourself that your track record for making it through your bad days is perfect. From Ernest Holmes. We must become as little children. How we long for a return of that simple trust in life which children have. In their minds there are no doubts. The life of the child is lived in natural goodness. Spirit is natural goodness. When the child grows into an adult, they often lose that inner guide which led their footsteps aright. We must return the way we came, as little children who know that life is good and to be trusted.
My peace I give unto you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, giveth I to you. My peace I give unto you.
And I know that with faith and trust, we can abide in that peace. The peace that surrounds us, the spirit, the divine life that surrounds all of us, that resides within us, is who we are. I know with the trust of knowing that this faith in the one life is our faith, is our life, is our truth, that we can live in peace, in harmony, in compassion. And so I simply let these feelings flow out from me to each of you, knowing that each heart that is touched by our thoughts, by our prayers, is uplifted. And I send these thoughts out to the world so that the world can feel the love that is in this room right now, because I know that we all come, and we all know we come from the one life, the one presence, the true love of life. And so I simply let this gathering unfold in its right and perfect way, knowing that each one of us will gather to our hearts exactly what we need. A song, a phrase, a smile, a hug, whatever it is that encourages us to have the faith, to have the trust, and to abide in peace. And I simply let it be. And so it is.
Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. My peace I give unto you.
Now, welcome Angelica up to the podium.
Thank you. Whose phone is this? Is this yours, Rick? Oh, okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's good to see everybody this morning. This is turning out to be a really pretty morning. Though I got to tell you, I woke up this morning and went, wow, it's cold in my house. And the cats are all huddled up together and everything. I'm thinking, winter's coming. Autumn's coming. So we're doing our last piece on this idea of rest stops on our journey. And remember, way back in January, we decided, or I decided for us, that we were going to go on a spiritual journey this year. And so we've done lots of different aspects of a spiritual journey. And one of the things that is necessary is going to a rest stop. I mean, I know where every rest stop is from here to Eureka. I was the minister in Eureka for a year, as well as here, right? Oh my gosh, it's like that you see that sign that suddenly says rest stop, and it's like, oh, thank God, you know? So rest stops are really important. And as I was thinking about what I was going to say today, well, something interesting though, Edward said some of it already. Susan said some of it already. It's interesting how I get a theme and then the practitioners and the people around it, you know, without talking to each other at all, end up speaking about the same thing. And, you know, there's only the one mind. So, we know what it's like, we know what it feels like to be tired, for our body to be tired. We all know what it feels like for our mind to be over busy. We've covered that already. We know what it's like for our heart to be busy. But sometimes, even when we've slept really well and our minds are quiet, our spirit feels heavy. And this is what I want us to explore today, what it means to find rest for the spirit. You know, every single day we're met with headlines and stories that can weigh us down. And what I am hearing and seeing in these stories are acts of cruelty, words of division, labels that wound rather than heal. And it's like I want to shake these people and say, don't you know what you're doing? You know, you're spreading fear. You're adding to this consciousness of fear constantly. And, you know, and then I realize, oh, well, most of the news stations are owned by larger conglomerates, and those larger conglomerates seem to have some sort of bargaining process going on with the government, and, you know, we're getting fed what we're going to hear. So I think that our personal use of this thing that we call spirit grows wary with all this noise and this fear. So here's the good news. Spirit actually itself never grows weary. I mean, if you think about what we talk about here, is that all there is spirit. There isn't anything but spirit, or God, if you want to call it that, or first cause, or the thing itself, or whatever name you might have for this oneness. That's what it is. It's oneness. And I know that a perfect example of this idea that spirit never gets tired or weary is walking out into my garden when I've just pulled weeds and finding new ones. Or I, get the driveway clean and suddenly there's all this redwood duff there. And it's like, did you really have to do that? I mean, I was talking to a redwood, not God. But what happens is that the weariness comes from our awareness of spirit. That's what grows weary. It's like the windows of our soul become smudged with dust and we forget that the light is always shining. I have a window in my living room I bought a panel that has a cat door at the bottom so the cats could go in and out whenever they want to. And the other day, one of my newest cat, who's a Tonkinese, he has figured out how to undo the lock to the cat door. So he could go out whenever he wants, and so do the other two cats. And so now I've got things I've had to try to figure out, well, what am I going to do here? I paid money for this panel, this glass panel with a cat door in it. What am I going to do here? So right now, I take this tray that I use and I slide it in front of the cat door and put pillows in between the curtains and that thing. So, anything I could do. So Apollo, that's the Tonkinese's name, sits on the top of the pillow looking out the window. And he's so, when I start to move the stuff away, he's like, he's so excited. So but why I went into that story is because as I'm looking at this window, I finally found a cat door that has a slider that slides down. They're not making those anymore, really. They all have the little clip or the little off-on thing, which my cat would figure out. So I finally find one of these with the thing, and I'm trying to figure out, if I unscrewed this other one that's in this window panel, would this one fit? And I don't know yet, but I realized, oh my God, the windows are dirty. It's like there's cat noses and, spider webs, and it's just amazing. And I think that's what happens to our consciousness as well. We let the spider webs and things of the universe, the collective consciousness, become more important to us than what we really should be paying attention to. So, in thinking about this idea, how do I get back to spirit? How do I get back to spirit? Now, spirit doesn't have to get back to me because it's me. It's you. It's everything. It's the energy of life. But how do I get back to acknowledging that? And I came up with this idea called sacred surrender. Now, some people might think that the word surrender means you're defeated. And yet, for me, it's not giving up. Sacred surrender to me in this context is the idea of taking those heavy burdens that we've been carrying around and letting go of them, which is what Edward had us do in the morning meditation. And it's remembering that the infinite is always at work. Always, always, always at work. And the way it works is by what we're predominantly thinking and feeling. So if I want to be lighter in spirit, if I want to pay attention to this, what do I have to do? I have to get rid of those things that I'm constantly thinking about. And whether it's politics or money or health or creativity or whatever it might be that has something involved in it that's been bothering you or bothering me, it's time to let that go. And so I thought of this process to let go of our worries and our fears and remember that we're safe in the hands of the divine. But first, let me give you a quote by one of my favorite female teachers, Emma Curtis Hopkins. She's like considered the mother of New Thought. And she writes in Scientific Christian Mental Practice, I lay down every burden. I turn from every fear. God is my rest and my deliverance. Think about that for a moment. I lay down every burden. I turn away from every fear. God is my rest and my deliverance. That's such a powerful statement. Such a powerful statement. So here's an image for you. In fact, I want you to close your eyes. We'll do this little process. And I want you to imagine that you're a weary traveler moving through the desert. And as this traveler, your water's run out, you're tired. So imagine what that would feel like. It would be hot. It would be exhausting. You have to get somewhere. And there's nothing that seems like it would refresh you on this journey. So feel that for a moment. And now you come to a well. And you're so excited about this well, and in my mind, this well is one of those old brick kind that's round, and you lean over it and you look down and you can see the water, and has a roof on it with a rope and a bucket, and you let it down. And you realize that the water is always there. It's flowing underground and it's pure and it's abundant. But you can't make that water flow. You can only stop and lower your bucket and trust that it will rise full. And so for me, this is what sacred surrender looks like. We let go. We trust the source. And as we surrender, we're filled up again. And so I want you to imagine that you get to that well and you take whatever is really heavy on your heart right now and put it in that bucket. And then imagine yourself letting the bucket down into the water. And of course, as it hits the water, it tips. And so all of that heavy burden rushes out of the bucket into that flow that's underneath the water. And then allow yourself to imagine pulling up fresh, clear water. Imagine that you now have a fresh, clear mind as you drink that water, a fresh, clean heart, unburdened heart as you drink that water. Feel what it feels like to let it go. What I know is that, Emma Curtis Hopkins also wrote in High Mysticism, the strength of the Spirit is my strength, and it cannot fail. To rest in this knowing is peace. The strength of the Spirit is my strength, and it cannot fail. To rest in this knowing is peace. So what I know is that the well of Spirit is always full, and we have to pause. We have to surrender the bucket of our worry, and we have to allow Spirit to fill us with this peace, with strength, with courage. And I want to be really clear about this. Rest for the spirit does not mean escaping the world. It means becoming renewed so we can face the world with clarity and compassion. When we see cruelty, it reminds us of how much the world is thirsting for kindness. When we hear words of division, it calls us to speak words of peace. When the force is threatened, we are reminded of the true power, the power of love. I asked you a couple weeks ago to, or maybe it was last week when we were talking about resting in the heart, to consciously do some acts of compassion during the week, to let yourself be as kind as you possibly can. And so, does anybody have a good story about doing that they want to share?
I mowed the neighbor lady's yard. She had fell and broke her hip and was unable to get out there, and it's going to get ready to rain, so we got it all looking good, and she's happy.
I bet. She's probably really happy. Yes, very good. Anybody else? Lori.
I have a difficult neighbor.
A difficult neighbor, yes.
You know the story.
Yes.
And he decided to have a conversation with me, and I just, the whole time we were talking, I just kept thinking love and compassion. Love and compassion. I mean, this is somebody, a whole neighborhood is like unhappy with, you know, but, you know, I have to do my part. I love what you said earlier about, you know, people are being unkind. The world needs more kindness. I think that just encapsulates it. And so, that was my part.
So, Lori, for the recording, Lori said that she has a difficult neighbor, and she had a conversation with the difficult neighbor, and during that conversation, she just kept thinking about love and compassion. So, did the conversation turn out well?
Yes.
Yes, it did. Very good. It's amazing what using the energy of love can do in our lives, and for other people as well as for ourselves. Anyone else want to share one before Olivia?
My mom's back went out for the past couple days, but yesterday there was a dog party at the dog park, and she really wanted her dog to go, and her back was slipped out, and she's recuperating. She's feeling a little bit better, but yeah, I took the dog to the dog park.
Ah, that's a good one. Very good. What?
Got a couple over here.
Marie?
Well, I'm taking down my garden, and there's all kinds of beings living in all of my plants.
Beings?
Beings, B-E-I-N-G-S, living there. So they were like, I don't know if they're called Halloween spiders or pumpkin spiders, the big
Dwarf weavers.
They've got, yeah, that's it. So they have these huge, so I made sure that they got down, they could go build their little nest elsewhere. Yes, and all the little ladybugs were off. Made sure everybody was off before I put them into the recycle bin. Because, you know,
Very good.
we need to take care of those little.
Yep. Marie was saying that in her garden, before she cuts things down and puts them in the bin, she makes sure there's no spiders or ladybugs, etc. on there. I think Anna had her hand up, and then Donna, and then we're done. Anna.
My next door neighbor is older than I am, and Heather encroaches on her walkway, so I did her shrubbing yesterday.
You did her what?
Cutting back the bushes so she could get access to her.
Oh, that's great. Great.
Marie's story just reminded me of something that I watch for all the time, and we have fruit trees and lots of stuff in our backyard. And we get the orb weavers, I call them pumpkin spiders, and they're almost always female, so I know that they're busy doing something else. And last year we had a huge one, and I had ribbons and stuff, don't walk through that walkway, blah, blah, blah. Well, this year, tricky little misses started on one side of our outdoor table and went across to a heating unit and took all of that space. I had ended up gathering all of my lawn chairs so no one would walk through because it was so intense. So here we can't use half of the deck because I got our lawn chairs. Leave her alone. Thank you, Marie, for that.
Both Marie and Donna shared about, yeah, thank you for taking care, having compassion for the insects of our world. And Anna took care of a neighbor of hers that wasn't doing well. So I have one. I had read on Next Door Neighbor, a young man saying that his wife had just had a baby and they didn't have the money for the phone bill, so I paid it for him. And he's like, he came over to get the money and he's saying, well, why are you doing this? Because I can. You know, actually, I told him I had given a homework assignment to my center to do this, so of course I had to do it. But I got to meet his wife and their brand new baby, one of the cutest babies I've seen in a really long time. And his wife was saying to me, "Do you need help doing housework? I can do that." So I'm really good at organizing too, and a husband's going, "Yeah, she is." So I might take them up on that. But see how easy it is? And you know, talking about the spider webs, I always have one spider or two spiders or whatever that have to go from my herbs over here to the side of the house for some reason, right across the walkway. So yesterday I took the spider and I hooked it onto another plant. Yeah, I re-engineered their space there. But you know what? If you really walk your walk thinking about the fact that you're spirit and absolutely everything is spirit, then you're adding love and compassion and everything that we want to experience to this collective consciousness. And I know that love is greater than any cruelty or any ridicule or any judgment, etc. And being in this teaching, I'm sorry you guys, but I think it's our job. We're here for this. We're here to be ones that don't go down the rabbit hole, though that is so hard. I know you know what I mean. Somebody says something about something and you go, and yeah, and you're all ready to go right down that rabbit hole. I am. I'll say it about me. Because I do it. I know that you do too. And then I have to go, wait, I can't talk about that stuff anymore. Supposed to give love, give love, give love. So remember that rest for the spirit does not mean escaping the world. It means being renewed so that we can face the world with clarity and compassion. And I want you to take that little exercise that we did about going to the well, and maybe in your morning practice or your evening practice or whatever, whenever you just choose to do it, allow yourself to imagine taking whatever is weighing on you and putting it in that bucket and releasing it into the well. Now you might think, oh, well, I'm going to ruin the water if I'm putting my stuff in there. But you know, spirit is way more amazing than we could possibly ever imagine. And I can just see it. And when I did this process for myself yesterday, as I was thinking about it, when I dumped all my political stuff into the bucket, and I let it down, and the bucket tipped on its side, and all this stuff ran into the water, there all of a sudden there were little colored lights that came up from the water. It was like when the water got it, it transformed it instantly. Instantly. And so let yourself know that that's happening. And remember that what we're doing and what we're about is being a vehicle for love. for divine love. So any place you can find to do an act of compassion, any place that you can find to be kinder, any place that you could do something for somebody just because, or it doesn't, just let yourself be the one that walks your spiritual path with compassion and love. And so when we're doing this, when we're surrendering into this love with a capital L, meaning God, we allow ourselves to rest. Rest from the chaos and confusion of the world. So I want to remind us that rest for the spirit is not escape and it's not denial, but it's sacred surrender. Sacred surrender, laying it down, drawing from this unending well of spiritual energy and being renewed. Being renewed. And it's not a daily thing. For me right now, it's almost a every 2-minute thing. To remind myself who I am. I'm spirit. You're spirit. Everything is spirit. And spirit's going to be for me what I choose for it to be, and I choose for it to be love. I choose for it to be compassion and kindness. And so I'm going to read a little affirmation. Well, actually, it's a 3-sentence affirmation. And I'm going to ask you to say it after me, all right? And then we'll go into treatment. And for those of you that are new, treatment is our word for prayer or affirmative prayer. Anyway, today I practice sacred surrender.
Today I practice sacred surrender.
I rest my spirit in the infinite well of love. I rest my spirit in the infinite well of love. I am renewed. I am restored. I am ready. Take a breath, and we'll go into treatment. I recognize that everything is divine. Absolutely everything. Regardless of what I might label something, everything is divine. Divine energy that is the source and substance of absolutely everything that we can possibly imagine. And in this divine energy is infinite intelligence and unconditional love. And so I let myself align myself with that, knowing that that is my truth as well. I might say that's God's truth, but knowing that God is everywhere present, that means that it's my truth as well. And so from this point on, I choose to rest in spirit, to practice that idea of sacred surrender, to allow myself to see with the eyes that are filled with love and compassion and caring and kindness, to be fully present for what is mine to do in this world. And so every day or every hour or every minute, I let go of anything that is unlike what I truly am. I let go. And I allow myself to breathe deeply, imagining that I'm drinking that pure spiritual water, knowing that I am always refreshed and renewed. And so I celebrate life, everything about it, my life, other people's lives, the lives of the plants and the insects and the birds and the fish and the animals, the life of those things that we think are inanimate. Because I know that everything is spirit. Absolutely everything. And I declare that this week we allow ourselves to have a deeper experience of our true purpose here, to love one another. And so I give thanks for these things. I release them into the law of mind, knowing that they are already so. And so it is. So we have a fun thing this morning. Donna and Brian are giving us our music.
The man, the myth, the legend. As soon as I come on, I know. I'm not in charge of that, and it's a partnership with Miss Anna. So I did some research on this piece. The song Midnight Special, which was performed by Creedence Clearwater Revival in their 1969 album Willie and the Poor Boys, is actually a cover of a much older song by Lead Belly and the Golden Gate Quartet. Friends of Edward, by the way. It's a traditional folk song. It's a traditional folk song that is thought to have originated from prisoners in the American South, and actually a specific prison in Louisiana. And it refers to an actual passenger train whose light offered a glimmer of hope and freedom to prisoners in this Louisiana prison as it passed by. It represented a chance for escape from a life of hardship and incarceration. The lyrics describe the prisoner's desire for freedom and the ability to gain fortune. The lyrics, the train's ever-loving light is a symbol of gaining freedom and fortune. The primary meaning of the train's light is a symbol of release. For prisoners enduring the despair of incarceration, the passing of the train and its light offered a moment of salvation. Beyond freedom, the light was also believed to bring good luck and fortune to those who experienced it, thus a place of rest for the spirit.
So if you're down and with despair, know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, you wake up in the morning, you hear the work bell ring, then they march you to a table to see the same old thing. Ain't no food up on the table, no pork up in the pan.
But you better not complain, boy.
You get in trouble with the man. So let the midnight special, baby, shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me. Yonder comes Miss Rosie. How in the world did you know? By the way she wears her apron and the clothes she wore. Umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. She come to see the governor. She wants to free her man. So let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me.
it right. You better not gamble, you better not fight, or the sheriff will grab you and the boys will bring you down. And the next thing you know, boy, you're prison bound. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine your ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me.
And I really like the fact that you brought in metaphysical stuff with your notes. Yeah, that was great. Very good, very good. All right. Let's see, what are we doing now? We are looking at our sharing of our gifts, correct? So our offering, oh good, I don't have a clicker, so thank you very much. Let's say this together. I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses the sinner, all in it and beyond, and so it is. Knowing they're given with grateful hearts, knowing that as they go into the center's office, they do the work that needs to be done here and is shared out in the community. And so we celebrate our prosperity, and so it is.
And so it is.
I need somebody to come up and read the community's statement of inclusion. Is there anyone who hasn't done it that would like to?
I've done it, but no one is volunteering.
Why don't you read it? You never do.
Okay, I'll read it.
Will I get fired?
You have to get up to get fired.
I really like this. You know, I don't know who wrote it, but I copied it or adapted it from a church in Sacramento, I think. It was few years ago, but I like it. We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, champions inner work, and creates space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocates with people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all of life, remain learners and listeners so that we may grow together, and understands that oneness is not sameness. And together, we know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well.
Well done, your first time.
Oh, yeah. All right, then. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Please stand and make a circle, and we'll sing the peace song together.
I just wanted to let everybody know there's some Hawaiian meatballs out in the kitchen. It's like a test run for next weekend if you want to go.
Marie is offering a test run of her famous Hawaiian meatballs in the kitchen, and we have early tasters apparently. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as our power, love in all our being. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.